My name is Georgina Naigulevu, and Women in Tech is a organization that I volunteer at. I volunteer on the board as an advisor. And one of the key reasons that I'm doing that is because I believe women in tech for Fiji is a growing community, and it's a much needed community. And Found Her program is an initiative that's been designed for women startups and women investors. Uh, I was happy to also just volunteer my time and facilitate the session because I see that as a big need. In Fiji, we often really looking at things from a perspective of trying to run our own businesses, but I think there's a missing link there as well, where we need women investors, more women investors in the ecosystem to also accelerate things and also provide that what you call empathy as well for women founders to actually grow. Young ladies or girls, as they grow up, they need to know where to invest their time and money, because that will grow the ecosystem for us as women founders as well to also contribute. I think everything starts from home, and also the learning as well is what we create with each other. I think the ecosystem for Fiji is missing that women investors component. I think it's important because that's the sustainability, and learning starts from when you're young. Another exciting part for me is really making sure that not only are there women who know how to invest their money, but women who are looking to thrive and make the employment industry bigger by being employers as well. So startups are not easy. Women entrepreneurs often have to do a lot of side hustle to also build it and create their wealth. I think this would be a starting point to sort of accelerate that growth, and also just change of mindset from just being an employer to be an employee to being an employer. I feel that that is a shift when you're doing these kinds of programs. And that shift gives you also the control back into your life on what you can achieve and also what you can do further. I feel like women investors often take back the power and say, yes, I can invest my time and money into this venture because it is worth it. And then it also facilitates and identifies that there are women entrepreneurs out there that they would love to invest their time and money in and ensure that there's a growth as well. I find that for women, we are more detail oriented, and we also have a tendency to be able to nurture a lot of ideas. So I'm thinking that with this program, you also, as a catalyst, also nurture the idea of having more women entrepreneurs or women venture capitalists that actually will grow and ensure that more women are in this space. I'm a young woman with disability. In my past, as a young girl growing up, disability gave me a strength in terms of I always tried to envision what life would be ahead. And one of my fears was not being able to have a livelihood or a job after I got educated. So I graduated with a bachelor in computing science and information system. And as a creative, it was one of those things that I was excited for. But then I was going to go into employment, which is focused on whether or not I suited that employment. So sometimes along my career, I often thought about, the challenges, and I faced challenges as well in my career. But then I realized that, programs like this actually gives more power to young girls in my situation, because it also tweaks my understanding that, hang on, I don't necessarily need to be an employee all my life. I could be an employer. I could be a women entrepreneur, and I could also facilitate my own kind of investment. And I could take sail in my own business as well. I love being employed. It gives me skill sets, but I find that this program, what drew me to it is the opportunity to give that kind of future to another young girl, and to give them that advice earlier in their age, especially during my class that I was facilitating. It was giving back that learning that I've had over the years. I'm 42 now, but giving that wealth of information back to them and having them have another opportunity to shape their future is something that really draws to my heart, because I think that's the benefit of volunteering and giving time back. Because this kind of knowledge, one thing that they told me was, education is a big thing for women. But also I reminded them as well, when we gather in this kind of Found Her program, it's this kind of learning exchange we have as women that helps us grow together. And there's an experience that I give and they will give to me as well. I learned a lot from the women in class, and I find that hand on heart that they will be going out of the program, but they will venture across into their new venture capital lifestyle, but with advice and also a new future that they can plan for the next generation forward. So it was an honor to be part of this program. And this is the reason why I want to give back, because I want the next generation to actually be better than me and more well prepared for the future.